guys, Moto Rebel Otaku here, and today I'm going to do my first video on a convention that I went to this past weekend. This is more like a review since I haven't been to many conventions, but I've noticed that at this one it wasn't really good. For at least someone like me, which is like more of the otaku or anime liking or Japanese media than the American media. So this convention is called Midwest Media Expo, and it's in Detroit, Michigan, in the Detroit Ren-Sen, which is in downtown Detroit. Yes, a whole lot of Detroit. And this convention is made by the same people that do the infamous Detroit convention, YomaCon. So I had high expectations for it just because it's made by the people that do this amazing convention I always go to. But the convention wasn't at my expectations. First of all, I've only been to one convention, and that is Yoma, so I did expect a lot from this certain convention. Sadly, it didn't meet my expectations, only because it was for more of the nerd status or the American media than the Japanese media. Now, I'm going to rate this convention by certain aspects such as atmosphere, appearance, activities, the people there, and the overall experience I have as far as just the whole weekend. The atmosphere was kind of messed up. I mean, they didn't have the stuff they needed for the first day. Like, they didn't have signs to tell you where registration was. You just literally had to walk around and find a line. Didn't tell you, like, which panel rooms were where. The pamphlets that they usually give you for conventions, they only had, like, information. It didn't have the schedule, where everything was. It didn't have anything like that. It was just a simple pamphlet, which kind of made a lot of the congoers upset because the Ren-Sen is a really big building, and since it's so tall, it really made people lost and not be able to find what they're going to later on, which will they relate for their own panels. So that was a big factor. The atmosphere was off to me only because the people that they were catering to. They were catering more towards the nerds, like, so they had a lot of video game people, not just Japanese video games, you had more of Americanized video games. The cosplay, like, there was not many people cosplaying. And you guys know how much I love cosplay if you follow my Instagram. So the cosplay there was really low. It was more just nerds walking around with t-shirts that had like what they liked on there. So that was a big factor. You know, my favorite thing that always come mentioned is finding stuff. Like the dealer's room at the artist alley. The artist alley was literally an alley on one of the levels of the Ren-Sen. It wasn't really anything spectacular. Same thing with the dealer's room. At Yoma, the dealer's room is literally a giant cement room. At Midwest, it was more like a small room with a lot of vacant spots. I don't know if the dealers could make it or not, but it had a lot of vacant tables. And some of the dealers there just weren't really that great. I mean, I've only been to like one convention, so I can't really say I'm a pro, but I've noticed that a lot of dealers use tax. I don't know if that's actually a thing or they just want to use to get more money for what they give. So that was a major thing of my concern, and my problem was most people don't use tax and they're just going to sit there and give us tax up to $1 in tax, which was just really weird to me. What were the other things? The experience, like the activities, horrible, absolutely atrocious. I mean, panels weren't really catering to the different types of people. They were more catering to one specific type of people, and that maybe not want to go to a lot of panels. And if I wanted to go to a panel, I couldn't go because either it was too late or they just didn't, the panel wasn't amusing enough to me. The people weren't amusing enough. But those were for like 2 days. Sunday was absolutely amazing because I got to go to a Five Nights at Freddy's panel and 2 Homestuck panels, which were pretty dang cool. And also a panel about females in video games. Not like powerful females in video games, which was pretty dang cool. I was very proud of them for those panels. But like Saturday, not many good panels. There were like there was like some 18+ panels, but since the people I was going with had a curfew, I couldn't go to most of them. So that was kind of a bummer, but they didn't have good panels in the daytime, which was kind of sad and kind of concerning because of what they really do as far as panels. I mean, not everybody can go at night either because, one, it's downtown Detroit, so a lot of people are not comfortable with that, or 2, their bodies just can't handle all day and all night kinds of things. So yeah, but the overall experience, pretty decent. I mean, it had its ups and its downs. Got to meet some cool people, got to test out some cool cosplays, got to meet some like really awesome cosplayers and just lovers of anime in general. My thing is, if you do go to this convention, I met a group that actually did this. They walked around the convention not buying a badge. They just walked around, meet people, that type of thing. I would suggest if you go to a convention, do that, even though the convention team might not actually like that. My thing is, you make it better than just shunning people out. So if you go to a convention like that, just walk around and don't bring a badge. I mean, you can buy a badge. I mean, the badges were pretty cheap for one day, but not the overall weekend. It's a waste of money. I spent $47 on my badge, and most people spent, like, if they were there registering, they didn't pre-register, they would spend $50 that weekend, and that convention is not worth $50. So yeah, overall experience rating, probably give it about a 4. I know that probably sounds really low for some people, but it's made by the same people that do a really good convention I go to. So having that high expectation being dropped tremendously just because you're making it dumbed down for American media, it's just not my thing. So if any of you guys want to go to Midwest Media Expo, I suggest that you hang around. They don't really release the schedule until like a couple days before. So if you see something you like and you be like, oh, I would want to go like Sunday and go to these panels, you can still walk around. I mean, the Artist Alley, you didn't really need a badge for because it was like out in the Rensen. So yeah, overall review on Midwest Media Expo, 4 out of 10. I'm sorry. I love the Youmacon people, but they just didn't have it there. So that's my review for the Midwest Media Expo. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.